Thank you for joining this lesson. We're going to discuss the subject of a formula. Make P the subject of the formula given that 1 out of c squared equals to x squared minus q out of 2p into brackets q divided by 2p plus x squared. Let me first rewrite the equation such that we have 1 out of c squared. This is equivalent to x squared minus q out of 2p. Then this one is being multiplied by, I begin with x squared with a positive q divided by 2p. Now, what we can see from the right hand side is that we have a simplified format of a difference of two squares, because among the quadratic identities, we usually say if we have x squared minus y squared, this can be simplified to x minus y and x plus y. Now we are having this format, so we can expand it back to this, so that we say 1 out of c squared equals to, now instead of using the expanded format of a difference of two squares, this is the factorized, so we expand it and we will have this one squared to become power 4, then minus q squared out of 4p squared. So now this one is the same as this, only that now we are having it as the expanded format. When you simplify this difference of two squares, we will get the factorized format, which is here. Therefore, that is one step. The second step, because we are making p the subject, then we can have this part with p coming to one side, q squared out of 4 p squared is equivalent to x power 4 minus 1 out of c squared minus 1 out of c squared. This is still a difference of two squares, but let us continue. Remember, we want to make p, so I can begin by, to remain with p, I can multiply by 4p squared all through, so that I remain with q squared. This is equal to, we multiply this part with 4p squared, so 4p squared times x power 4 minus, we also multiply the other part with 4p squared, so 4p squared out of c squared. Then now with this we can factor out p squared, so that we have p squared. Then here we remain with 4x power 4 minus 4 out of c squared. This side, remember, there is q squared. We want to remain with p, so we can divide through. We can divide through by, to remain with p squared, by the coefficient here. So we will have q squared out of 4x power 4 minus 4 out of c squared. Yes, that way. Therefore, to remain with p, because it is squared, to remain with p, we have to take square root of this side. Therefore, we're going to have the square root of the numerator, it will become q, then divide by the square root of the whole of this part, 4x power 4 minus 4 out of c squared. And now at that point we can say that p is equivalent to q divided by the square root of. Now that this is a difference of two squares, we can factorize it, and this will take us to 2x squared minus 2 out of c. Remember, this root sign is for all these factors. Then we're going to have 2x squared positive 2 out of c. So this is the most simplest form of the expression here after making p the subject of the formula. Thank you for following. Subscribe and share.